Well, good morning, YouTube. Arizona RE here, busting around town on a Sunday morning. A little more traffic than usual. It was kind of cool out this morning, so we waited before heading out. Beautiful, balmy, 70 degrees. Awesome. So it's been a while since I poked up a video, and there's a reason for that, man. I have been so damn busy. They have been working me like a rented mule at work lately, putting in tons and tons of hours there. And it's no bueno. I mean, you know, it is for as far as they pay me, but yeah, you know, I actually value much of my personal time more than the cash sometimes. So anyway, I've been just working like crazy. I've got work to do in the studio still. I've got 4 or 5 songs in the music studio at home that are queued up, waiting for me to mix them. You know, and you're talking at least 30 tracks on each of those songs, with some punch-ins and stuff like that that still needs to be recorded. So there's coordinating that. My band has a gig coming up at the end of this month. It's going to be our first one in a long while. And so there's the practice and preparation for that. So when there's days off from work, then that's where a lot of my focus has been. And of course, you know, there's the stuff that the kids are interested in, and hanging out with the family can't be missed out on either. So it's just been biting right into my motovlogging time. Now, I suppose I could have done more with the motovlogs, because last weekend I rode the snot out of all 3 of these bikes. I'll continue after the light, because sitting at a light is boring. So yeah, some friends of mine from out of town were here for a pretty big bike rally. All friends of theirs and stuff, and they're with a group that raises money for charity that benefits fallen and injured law enforcement, firefighters, and soldiers. A really good group of people, so I jumped in on their ride knowing that paying for my registration on that ride was going to contribute to some worthy charities. And I can put up some pictures of this. You guys, if you follow me on Instagram or Twitter, I forget where I post stuff sometimes. I don't even know. But I posted some of that stuff up there. You'll see my you'll see my wife's Triumph. I rode it up Mount Lemmon last week for the first time with and there was I snapped a picture and put it up there as the Triumph amongst about 30 or 40 Harleys and about a half a dozen or maybe a dozen victories. I can't even keep track. And and the Triumph really stood out and was quite interesting for most people. So yeah, it's funny because the first night the get-together was a meet and greet. So that very first night it was just registering for the ride and meeting up in the parking lot for a barbecue and parking lot party. And there was my Enfield. I rode the Enfield that night because I knew we weren't going to be doing much riding. This thing will not keep up with a group of big bike riders at all. And it's not meant for that. So, you know, it gathered a lot of attention, but it was kind of cool because each night of the rally, I got to ride a different bike. So I rode my Enfield on the first night for the registration, and then the second day I took the Triumph up the mountain there, this big mountain in front of us, way up to the ski lodge at the top. And that was actually really, really fun. The Triumph handles so well. It just ate up those roads. I actually found myself pulling it back quite a bit because some of the riders, they were on unfamiliar bikes. They rented or borrowed bikes when they got to town because they were from all over the country. So they're on unfamiliar motorcycles, and then riding that road up there too, it can be a dangerous road up on Mount Lemmon. It's eating a lot of motorcycle riders. But then you combine that with a lot of these folks from states where they really don't have mountains and hills and twisties like that. And as for some of them, it was the first time they've really been on a massive twisty road with lots of uphill, downhill changebacks. And there were, you know, I was having to pull it back quite a bit just because there were so many wobbly riders. But it was still fun, you know, buzzing up the mountain there with a chain of 50 riders. That's kind of a cool experience. I mean, you know, it's not something I do all the time. I'm not real big in the big group rides, but it was kind of fun. And then the last night, of course, I took the CTX out, and that was funny because all of them admitted it looked like a cop bike. And there's no way I could be the ride leader because every time I get behind someone with that bike, they mistake it for a cop bike, and then they slow down to the speed limit. It kind of sucks. So that was a pleasant time, but you know, I didn't really motovlog. A lot of in a big group ride like that, I'm kind of uncomfortable with, you know, showing people maybe some of their bikes are really identifiable, and some of them were, you know, military, law enforcement, firefighters, and I really didn't want to risk exposing them in any way unnecessarily. So out of respect for their privacy, I really didn't video a whole lot of it. And I wasn't about to vlog during all of it and put it up. Yeah, I respect their privacy in that regard. Not only that, but I really don't want to chase all my videos around with little mosaics covering up people's faces and license plate numbers and things like that. That kind of takes the fun out of editing. So here I'm back. I'll be popping out a couple of new videos this week, so my apologies for disappearing on you like that, but sometimes life just has to be lived. And it has been fun. I have been able to catch some videos and watch some stuff on YouTube, and trying to keep up with Arizona Desert Dogs out there on another little motorcycle tour in northern Arizona, going on his way up to Utah and Monument Valley. I've been following that on Instagram, and man, I'm just eating it up. Maybe it's Twitter I'm following. I don't know. I can never remember. I have an app on my phone that connects me to all of them at once, so I never remember which tab I have open. So if you guys stick around, I'll have some more material up this week. I really appreciate all the support and all the congratulations I got for hitting those 3 milestones, the 500 subs, which I'm over 500 now, so thank you very much. All the new subs, all the old subs have stuck with me, and well over 100,000 views now. That's amazing. Wow, I can't believe my video's been watched 100,000 times. And what was the other milestone there? Oh yeah, 100 vlogs. This one's 101. So thank you guys very much, and keep watching. I'm likely to come up with something interesting. I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye bye. Hey, good looking. Huh? I'm a speeder? Nuh-uh.